Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, luminous, etheric ones of the new golden age of eternal life. With these intense gamma plasma waves of fifth-dimensional energetics flowing in, we had a massive activation along the Kundalini of Pachamama today with a M7.5 earthquake activation in Peru, South America, in the Andes Mountains, home of our sacred condors. The energy is rising and flowing up the central channel of Gaia, through the Andes, up the Rockies, and out the crown, to meet the golden rays emanating from the great central sun. These frequencies are expanding out from the crystalline core of Pachamama to meet and merge with the energies flowing into this realm from our galactic central sun. The golden lotus flower blossoms and blooms within the Queen's chamber, within your heart's center, which surrounds and protects your core of the still white magnetic light at the center. The Trinity gate within the Trinity is open and activated for this final push as we break through all barriers and release the veils that kept us in the dark for many millennia. In this great reunion and remembering, all is becoming clear and true as we aim for the highest plateau of this existence in the holiest of holies. The deeper we go within, the higher we flow without. The internal mirror the external, and the external mirror the internal. Everything is coming into perfect alignment for our great awakening. Keep holding the line and the light. Keep the faith in the divine plan for the liberation of planetary deliverance and divine redemption in the light. We break free from all nefarious time loops and wheels of karma as we live the dharma of our highest calling. We quicken you in this now for the final quantum leap of consciousness into the real human of the living heart of the rose. To assist us in this final transition and transformation are the whale nation, the dolphin nation, the winged nation, and the royal lion nation of the new Lemuria. Spread your wings, earth angelics of the 144. Take flight and soar high above all the noise and chaos into the promised land of heaven upon earth. Aho! Abundance codes for today: 3453 422 1177 1773 13479. Welcome, beloved beings of light, to today's transmissions. I am Paul White Gold Eagle from PrimeDisclosure.com. Please do us a favor and leave a comment below, and share these videos with your teams, for we are being shadow banned on all social media in these final days of the old false matrix. So thank you all for your support. With these powerful energies coming in, we had many activations all over this realm. In the last 24 hours, we had 123 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, 1, 2, 3. And the most powerful, as we already mentioned, in South America, Andes Mountains, Kundalini Pachamama, Peru, Barranca, magnitude 7.5. Very powerful. This in the heart chakra, the middle dantian of Gaia. Earlier today, Baja California, Mexico 3-2, Mentone, Texas 3-2, 5-5 portal, fifth dimensional energy coming in. Peru 5.1, coast of Northern California 3-0, Fiji 4-1, very deep, 568 kilometers depth, just north of the Tropic of Capricorn, and then another 4-2 Fiji. Chile, South America 4-0. Colombia, South America, 4.5 on the border with Panama, the northern part of the Andes Mountains, home of sacred Condor, then the most powerful, 7.5. Peru at 10:52 UTC, Cedar City, Utah, North America, 3-1, Indonesia, 4-9. Hasaki, Japan, 4-5, Council of 9 coming in the heart of Lemuria, Pahala, Hawaii, 3.5, in the portal of Iran, 4-2, Van Horn, Texas, 3-6, another 9 activation, 9-9, Ninth Dimensional Energies, Puerto Rico 3-0, Dominican Republic 3-3, New Atlantis Energies, Margareta, India 4-3, Myanmar 4-5, Indonesia 4-5, another 9-9 activation, Loving New Mexico 3-1, Puerto Rico 3-1, Kera, Solomon Islands, Sol and the Moon, the Sun and Moon come together, Heros Gamos 4-7, Sakhalin, Russia 4-6, Kagoshima, Japan 4-6, Gulf of Alaska and the Crown of Lemuria 3-2, Pecos, Texas 3-3, 33, Divine Mastery, East Timor 4-3, all portals activated, open, the whole grid totally lit up, the ring of fire burning bright. Keep holding the line, keep the faith, keep the hope alive for the new earth manifestation. 555 coming in. And the beautiful Walela at the beginning of today's transmission is a photo I took earlier today. That is the sacred hummingbird that has been hanging out lately with my queen and I, with the most beautiful magenta iridescent plumage. We have beautiful, sweet Walela medicine flowing to you today. I believe this angel is called an Anna's hummingbird. She is a special friend of my sacred Condor. Now we continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 25 degrees, 25 minutes Virgo, 7-7 portal, sacred 77, 7th dimensional energy flowing in. The sun is at 7 degrees, 1 minute, Sagittarius. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 8 degrees Sagittarius. Deep within the depths of the earth, new elements are being formed. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 26 degrees Virgo. A boy with a censer serves near the priest at the altar. From astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the Oracle deck, Beyond Lemuria, from Izzy Ivy. And the card she pulled for you today, card 19, Balanced Forces. Yin and Yang, productive flow, masculine and feminine energy, the balance of duality, patriarchal paradigm being rebalanced, equality, balance in perspective. The Lemurian people are said to have been androgynous, meaning they were not a specific gender. As they were only partially formed in the physical realm, they did not inhabit a paradigm of duality. They were a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy as it densified into physical form. We all hold a mix of masculine-feminine energies within us. Masculine energy is more about focus in a forward direction, while feminine energy is more holistic and peripheral. Masculine energy is that of logistics and actioning desires into being, and it has more of a controlled and rigid vibration. Feminine energy is freer flowing, nurturing, creative, and receptive. Both sides are to be celebrated, but in our efforts to rebalance, inequality and prejudice can occur. In the current paradigm, masculine and feminine energies are imbalanced as our global culture is largely patriarchal and strongly influenced by masculine energy. Efforts to revitalize the feminine flow have been incrementally shifting the balance over the last century. It is time to calm mind-based intellect, scientific data, linear direction, and the acquisition of power. To have an optimal human experience, we must embody a balance of masculine and feminine energies. We can daydream in receptive fluidity and then action our ideas into reality. We can be soft and nurturing and also firm and direct as needed. We can be determined, compassionate, grateful, vulnerable, visionary, and strong. There can be focus and free flow. We may not draw on these energies simultaneously, but when we access both equally, we can be truly powerful, centered beings. When we bridge the duality within ourselves, we can seed more balance in our outer world. And now today from Divine Sister of the Light, Laura Pleiadian, the many worlds of you. We come to you through our eternal presence, acknowledging the fortitude that is involved in your desiring to capture once again your own awareness. We were with you before you incarnated on earth, and we were involved in the design that the Elohim created for the human DNA incarnation program. We are the Divine Council of Overseers, and now present, as many of you know, with the Queen of Light and many other councils of light. Your memory stream may appear to be separate from your awareness of all that you are. Remember, things are not as they seem on planet Earth, you know. What separates you from this awareness is the being caught up in time and the fear prevalent on Earth, as a magnetic pole shift becomes closer to being experienced. The urgency is pronounced now as more scientific data comes forward, even if you are unaware. The Earth appears to be a spinning magnet. You two are connected within this field. Things are not as they seem. The true you and your conscious connection to the eternal truth about you and the many aspects throughout all dimensions is going through a complete transformation. This starts at a profound level now as you hear this. The truth is what you are is far greater than your conscious awareness is currently allowing you to be aware of. This transforms through your agreement and full complete desire to enter your heart and to let go of all beliefs in the time system. Now close your eyes and feel yourself being surrounded by the greatest golden light you can imagine or feel, or both. Take a few minutes, as this light is real, and it is the central sunlight we are transmitting through to you now and in all moments. Being aware of this consciously and being aware of your heart space is the directed awareness that leads you to your own greater awareness that we referred as we began this transmission to you, so you will truly know all that you truly are. The stage is prepared and the streaming of the activations have begun. We oversee this, and this is your uniting with the cosmic God Self you that eternally exists as you now. In this, your activation through your heart is the transforming powerhouse of your true awareness. Feel this divine light transmission of love now, as you rest, as you walk, and as you breathe, all now. We know all that you are going through, so now let go of your concerns of any past effort. Now is this preparation intended for you all, as you receive this now. From the new DivineHumanity.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica, Light Body Advancement. See the awakening of every cell, every hair follicle that is upon you, for the conscious connection to your physical form is fundamental for light ascension. See the opportunity to align in unison with every cell. See inner light discussion aligned to your light body template. The direct vibrational resonance of light is a level of purity you must seek. As many connect to the vibrational frequencies of the sun, connecting to the vibrational resonance of your personal cellular light is just as important. To acknowledge the physical vehicle, the anchoring of light, and the acknowledgement of your physical form is directly part of your personal ascension. To simply see the sensitivity of you and the expansion of who you are, for it is the natural art of following the bodily cycles and connecting to the purity of every cell that is within you. A light body, physical alignment, aligning every cell of light. Know you are reaching wonderful advancements of light, to focus on your internal light commentary. Know your world narrative is aiming to distract you, for your light body evolution is beyond the narrative of your construct. Simply focus on light, be light. Sending waves of cosmic love, the Arcturians and Karen, from KarenLithica.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Marissa Indigo. Monday, 11/29/21, final 11/11 portal archway collapse. One of the most intense initiations in November is that of the echo in the Hall of Mirrors. The echoes of the past bleed through into the present, and it is up to us to discern whether or not they are worthy of our energy and focus, or whether they are just an energetic echo of emotion arising from deep within to just pass on through. It is a test for us to know what is our truth and what is now our fiction. The old paradigm which is no longer relevant, no longer resonates. This is the 11/11 again, the parallel realities, the corridor, the hall of mirrors, the birth canal between eclipses. We are being tested. This is an initiation to see beyond, to rein our energy in, focus it, and build momentum towards our build-out versus our demolition. No easy task for our human ego consciousness to grasp the full disillusion of all, trusting the formless invisible to build structures of immense beauty, wholeness, and magic from our faith. Our full focus and present awareness is required to build a whole new world. What must you say no more to? The sacred no in November that terrifies you to lean into. Focus through faith and consistent realignment, rising up moment by moment to stand as both a laser to forge and greater attractor to magnetize higher density. Happy 11/11 round 2, the gift of crystalline clarity. We got this shift. The weight or gravity of the enormity we sense is an illusion, a test before another up-level graduation in the simulation, another ego death. The energy required is immense, surely, but it only feels big to our fraction of smallness when we forget the truth of our soul power and shrink, refocus on wholeness to remember, reframe and become the massive shifting tide inside. In loving service, Marissa Indigo Miracles from DivineDNABlueprint.com and from Divine Sistar of the Light Ramona Lappin. All merges into one consciousness experience timelessly. With this massive quantum jump in the collective consciousness unfolding, we have lower artificial timelines collapsing at hyperspeed. This causes beliefs, programs to shift, change, and be deleted almost constantly now. One moment you have a thought, then puff, it's gone. One moment you have a greater truth arising from within, only for it to be expanded upon almost instantly. There's nothing to hold on to anymore, so just integrate and merge it all as one, and let go of what you think you know. All part of this massive purification and clearing of false and artificial programming in progress, as we unify and reconnect fully with Source as one again. The best way to navigate these stormy waters of great change, as the consciousness shifts rapidly to a whole new way of thinking and perceiving reality, is by just observing and not attaching to any of them, it as a way to feel safe. Just hold them lightly and be willing to flow, shift, and change with them swiftly now. Remembering reality is but made of thought. Flow freely in the not knowing and let it be revealed to you as the truth, clarity, and our remembering keeps arising and expanding from within. This is disclosure, the truth that arises from within and cannot be questioned. Yet truth is forever expanding, it shifts and changes. No thing is ever stagnant or set. What is right one moment is no longer the next, or rather we find a more expanded viewpoint that shifts everything. There is great freedom in the not knowing. So be the happy fool that celebrates all that arises, as he understands that life is for living, for throwing your whole heart and soul into it, and whatever it is you set your heart on. Not afraid to make mistakes or get things wrong, as he knows this is part of the journey, part of the expansion, part of being alive. That you stop truly living when you stop making mistakes, being the eternal student of life and mastering the art of living, by throwing all you have into it, never knowing exactly what will happen, what glorious freedom it is, not spending it afraid of what may or may not happen and stuck in the past, neither living nor dead. Instead we start seeing the bigger picture, beyond the veils of the illusions and delusions, now fully, lifting as all becomes crystal clear. As our perceptions shift, so do our realities. This is what this quantum shift in cosmic consciousness is revealing to us, the quantum observer effect. From here we get to change the timelines, realities, from the 0-point field in no time, where the wheels of time stop turning and time ends, where all merges into one consciousness experience timelessly, as we understand that as we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. We recode, decode, overwrite, and re-encrypt the old realities as we observe them from the state, to create all new. All is, after all, energy, frequency, and vibration. All is consciousness. This is where all births from and returns to, all colors, tones, and matter. All will shapeshift as if in the blink of an eye, as if suddenly waking up in a totally new timeline reality, a new time-space coordinate within the omniverse. The one true organic ascension timeline. before the fall in consciousness happened, without the traumatic cellular imprints of the many wars and invasions, the torture and suffering throughout time and space, but with the lessons learned, back to the future where it all began, the real truth and true reality, not this false holographic overlay where all is in reverse. But we have to see all through the eyes and the heart of God's source first, and always truly, instead of being directed and constantly triggered by the negative ego's limited and distorted perceptions, fears, and desires that may lead us astray because it's biased and not neutral. It allows its personal emotions, weaknesses, and needs to take the lead, which makes it perceptible to manipulation, gaslighting, and mind control programming, instead of coming from a more balanced observation, where one can decide what is in the highest good and the best course of action on behalf of all. We are now reclaiming our full power and ability to collapse these old holographic realities and co-create all new, as we no longer fall for the tricks of those that want us to create these fallen timelines for them, because we now fully remember how we are to co-create responsibly, who we are, where we came from, our true history, and how all of this really works, being fully accountable for how we all got here. We now reclaim, redirect, upshift, uplift, and expand ours and the collective consciousness higher than ever before, as one, fully unified with our higher selves, the Godhead and all of life everywhere, and with that we change our realities in the way that is best for all. Always, already, happening now, in no time, in the quantum space where we are constantly co-creating the future from in every now. Which quantum possibilities are you tuning into, aligning with, and co-creating? Eternal love and blessings, Ramona. And from Divine Brother of the Light, Mike Harrigan. Message from the Archangel Uriel. The Sacred Heart is the Christ consciousness, but it is the throat that is the Christ frequency. The throat is the Christ frequency of 555 Hertz. In other words, dear ones, one will always face opposition by all forces if one's heart is not verbalized. One can have a great sacred heart, but keep that heart silent, and one shall be met with opposition at every corner and avenue in life. Open one's mouth and speak the words of one's heart, and the Christ consciousness is manifested through the Christ frequency by the words of one's mouth. Until those words of one's heart is spoken, that which lays within one's heart cannot and will not be simulated into this world's matrix. Stay silent, one shall see and experience the opposing force to one's heart, misery. Speak the words of one's heart and witness true evolutionary change and the victory of one's light. If you want change, dear ones, it is you that needs to be that change. The ones that will change this world are those that verbalize the words of one's heart. Your unique heart and individuality is what will manifest change, bringing about evolution upon this planet. Be greater than what one suffers. Let the tones of one's heart vibrate upon the tones of one's voice. Dear ones, be a voice for the good in the world. Purge one's heart through one's voice. Archangel Uriel. I am, you are, we are, oneness, global consciousness. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Raylene Brady. Conversations with the Star Elders. Indeed, man-made laws are simply that, man-made. Therefore loopholes abound. This is how the dimensional chess game is made manifest, and also how distortions are perpetuated in order to reach disillusion, an opportunity to rise and shine in absolute truth. You may always find a divinely sanctioned opportunity to go about your life within the original dreaming of now. And as you do, remember to override the illusory play with your soul signature in the mood of the organic 13 = 12 as one principle. The sacred numerological frequency match flips the inversion, diversion, hijacking playing out in linear time, providing purity of intent and divinely sanctioned restoration throughout. The divinity held in nature provides the remedy. Our authentic actualization reinstates absolutes within the fluidity of the law of one. Nothing is separate. No thing is separate. As all eyes remain on the front door, Be diligent with what back-end diversions are creeping in through the back door, throughout all time, space, and dimension. Know too that as the magic backdoor reveals an overview, a plethora of options and opportunities in 3D, but from a dimensional perspective. As the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful is revealed to you simultaneously via the dimensional overlays, both individually and collectively. Seal all gaps around your auric field and true self, integrate it all as you continue to bear witness to the unfolding. And to the degree we remain relaxed and alert, powerful and abundant, fully present, is to the degree we pass through the eye of a needle with ease. As mentioned, the divinity held in nature continues to provide key, coded support. Take full advantage. May grace and godhood prevail on and within dimensional true earth. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Richard Rudd, Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA, November 28th through December 2nd, 2021. Gene Key 9, Inertia, Determination, Invincibility. As you will learn, the Venus sequence is a journey right into the heart of human suffering. It shows you the mechanics of your individual suffering in the form of the string and shadow patterns that you have inherited through your ancestral DNA. However, the Venus sequence shows us much more than this. It also gives us a grand backdrop to the reason for suffering itself. By helping you to understand your own patterns as aspects of a greater collective theme, this wisdom points your awareness right at the heart of the issue, namely our desire to escape the pain. This very human trait of wanting to flee from pain is totally understandable. At a purely physical level, it is indeed a defense reflex inside us. However, there are deeper reasons for our pain than we usually realize. Few people have discovered the true secret of suffering, that it is a doorway to grace. Our pain is always trying to tell us something important, and if we can summon the courage to lean into the pain and listen to its message, then we will always discover its hidden gift. Every shadow contains a gift. Nowhere is this truer than in your journey through the Venus sequence. And from the Yi Ching, the classic book of change, Hexagram 9, Taming Power of the Small, Wind Blows Across the Sky. Trust in the power of the invisible, for the butterfly's wings create a typhoon. Invincibility is the clarity of beauty. Determination is intuitive freshness. Inertia is the unease of entropy. Intention of creation. Taming power of the small brings about progress and success. We see dense clouds, but no rain coming from our western borders. The dilemma of this gene key is perspective. If we're looking up at the whole mountain, we'll feel overwhelmed. If we decide to just look down at our feet, we'll be captivated. The taming power of the small teaches us to focus on small changes, rather than attempting great things. Richard Rudd, 64 Ways, from GeneKeys.com. And from Here in the Moon Astrology, Sunday, November 28th through December 5th, 2021. A heads up, spidey senses alert. If you're feeling wired yet tired, fritzed, fried, flattened, or running on adrenaline, it's no surprise. Your entire energy system, mind, body, soma, is responding to the seismic magnetic field between November 19th, 27 degrees Taurus lunar eclipse, and the approaching December 4th supermoon solar eclipse at 12 degrees Sagittarius. Adding to the psychic stressor overload, far-seeing Neptune in Pisces is slowing to turn direct on December 1st, intensifying the great unveiling initiated at the recent Taurus eclipse. The solar eclipse at 12 degrees Sagittarius on Saturday, December 4th, is not just any eclipse, if there ever is such a thing, but a supermoon eclipse with the moon at its closest to the Earth, triggering geomagnetic storms, Earth activity, and huge tides. This powerful occultation conjuncts the karmic deep space point of the Great Attractor, a supermassive black hole, and the south node of fate in Sagittarius, square slippery Neptune and trine Centaur, Chiron, and Aries. It is the very last of 6 eclipses across the Gemini-Sagittarius axis since June 2020. These have accelerated the polarizing fake news, the growth of social media atrocities, conspiracy theories, deliberate disinformation, and your sense of living in a Tower of Babel, an unstoppable, never-ending stream of 24/7 energetic interference. This week, instead of keeping on, or overriding your psyche's many cries for help, dial back engagement in social media scrolling and go deeper into journaling, dream work, visualization, or meditation. Put your trust in your spidey senses, your intuition, your sensory acuity. Unwind your vigilance, soften your belly, open your jaw, and speak the truth you long to hear. Avoid the temptation to get out of the in-between into a forced rebirth as quickly as possible. This soul-deep sort of restlessness that many of us sensitives are experiencing is not something to fix, but a very fertile void, attuning us to the approaching waves of Neptunian disillusion in 2022. From here in the moonastrology.co.uk, and from Divine Sistar of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Mercury and the Sun conjunct Vesta in Sagittarius. We now have a triple conjunction in play, and all 3 are close to the South Node. Karmic stories are still at work, especially as we are in eclipse season. Now with Mercury and the Sun meeting Vesta, we are asked to name what is sacred. Asteroid Esculapia is here to remind us that our beliefs can be healing or harmful. A healthy philosophy combined with faith brings a greater sense of connection to ourselves, the gods, and each other. Ask yourself what you believe and why. Sometimes the truths we live by are old stories handed down, the echoes of ancestors, associates, cultural ties, some still relevant and burning bright, others no longer the fuel we need for the future. Vesta is a priestess devoted to her cause, deity, or path. Consider who and what deserves your time, energy, and devotion. If inspiration has been lacking, tend to the inner flame. Breathe life back into your soul. Revive your spirit. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And from Harmonic Convergence 2020 through 2028, the synchronic order was revealed to aid us in the shift from egotistical consciousness trapped in the illusion of the material plane to a collective planetary consciousness known as the noosphere. The synchronic order shows us the hidden synchronicities that give deeper meaning to our lives and the events that inform them. Jose Arguelles. On the Zolkeen count, today is Keen 89, and we are completing 15 galactic spins of 260 days, 3,900 days since the departure from this world of Jose Arguelles, Valum Votan, Keen 11, Blue Spectral Monkey, the man who brought back harmony to our perceptions of time. 89 is the 11th number of the Fibonacci spiral sequence. May this be an opportunity to honor and celebrate the harmony of the spiral in the life of Jose Arguelles, a life fully immersed in time, synchronicity, and number, where key events transpired precisely during frequencies associated with the progression of the Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci number 11, 89, Keen 89, 11 Moon, 3/23/2011, Ascension Portal, exactly 1,408 years after the birth of Pakal Votan, Mayan king who left the codes of time engraved in his sarcophagus lid at the Temple of Inscriptions in Palenque, Mexico. Fibonacci number 12, 144, Keen 144, 1 Seed, 7/26/1993, first day, first year of prophecy. 144, 12 times 12, is the basis of Baktun count and the key number associated with the New Jerusalem in the Bible. 144 is the only number of the Fibonacci sequence that is a square and a circle, spiral, at the same time. 144 degrees is the orbit interval in between Venus, Sun interior conjunctions in the sky almost every 584 days. May peace prevail on earth. And from 13 Moon Peace Time, announcement from Altona Dimension. Our friends, We are unfolding the messages gradually in accordance with the state of comprehension of social consciousness. Your planet, which is the application field of an operational order parallel to the commands coming from the Supreme Ones, will soar towards more advanced horizons, providing it undertakes its entire universal responsibility. You, who are our friends, who have attained the power of the years, are in service directly under the protection of the plan. You who serve the universal totality by your consciousness, considering all these things, will be induced to get in touch with us in the very near future. The message has been dictated directly by the system. It is presented for your information. Ship Captain Algon. Knowledge Book. In cosmic science, the human is the cosmic vibratory root that inhabits the surface of the earth. It is a cosmic vibratory root because when the 7 chakras are fully activated with their 364 flows, then the etheric body vibrates the physical body, and the plasmas begin to secrete through the permeable membrane of the skin to create an electromagnetic aura. Note the flows are purely plasmatic and appear from the nadis, which are the functions of the pranic activation of the soul body. What the mind of evolution seeks is for the human to be in high resonance, vibrating at a phenomenally higher frequency, emitting an auric field so intense that it glows visibly, altering the electromagnetism of everything in its immediate environment. Key 810. The Rang, R-A-N-G, is the primal cosmic shattering, which is the source and power of sound. From this rupture, creation is sounded into existence. In the radial universe model, the primal Rang is archetypal and recorded in the universal hologram as the necessary factor for creation of any new phenomenon. 260 keys to the synchronotron from 13moonpeacetime.com. 2 simultaneous waves of different frequencies collided, creating the first sound, and setting in motion what we know as the universe. And from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 89, Red Spectral Moon. Spectral is the name for the number 11, and its keywords are liberation, release, and dissolve. The 11th day is always in opposition to the wave spell energy. So as we are in the blue storm wave spell and the red moon is the challenge of the blue storm, in a sense we are liberated from that wave spell agenda for one day. The number 11 releases and frees us. Liberation feels pretty good. Today, as I said, is the red moon, which represents purify, flow, and universal water. The moon has huge influence on the tides of the oceans and the tides of time. We are undeniably affected by the moon. It is foolish to try, like King Canute, to stop the tide. No one has such power, and so our only option is to surrender and go with the flow. This fits perfectly with the number 11 energy. It completely contrasts to the crazy blue storm wave spell agenda. Today is the calmness in the eye of the storm. Be still, chillax, and let go. There is nothing you can do about it anyway. Today's guide is Red Moon too, and so a double dose of chilling out is the order of the day. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina, Papa Giorgio, Red Spectral Moon, 11, Muluk, Keen 89, 28th of November 2021, Liberating Flow. 28/11/2021 equal 10/11/22. Equal 125 equal 17 equal 8. Day codes 28, planning for future success. 10, manifestation, authority, power. 1, new beginnings, leader, original. 8, infinite, abundant, source flow. Month year codes. 11, portal, gate, polarity. 2, twins, partner, cooperation. 5, freedom, liberation, change, transformation. 7, spiritual, magic, mystic, initiation. Keen 89 equals 17 equal 8, infinity, abundance. 8/8, double abundance. A powerful day for liberating our natural abundant flow. A day of further cleansing and purification in order to build a new solid foundation of peace and abundance. Tribute to Jose Arguelles, Valum Votan, father of the dream spell and the harmonic convergence of 1987. Today is a very special day, Red Spectral Moon. Keen 89 marks the final passing and ascension date of Jose Arguelles. Spectral days dissolve, release, and liberate. And indeed, he was totally freed and released from his human vessel on that destined day, on the 23rd of March, 2011. On this day of our planetary liberation, we align with the celebration of Jose's ascension. A very special day in more ways than we can even imagine. Jose was born on the 24th of January, 1939, on Blue Spectral Monkey, Keen 11 Day. So his purpose was to dissolve, release, and liberate us on a planetary level from illusions. Jose campaigned tirelessly for planetary liberation and release from the Gregorian calendar and the artificial matrix we were all trapped in. Today we witness Jose's mission accomplished. Keen 89 reduces to the number 17, which is the code of immortality and leaving a legacy. And fittingly, Jose did just that. He orchestrated the first global synchronized meditations and activations for planetary peace and harmony through his organization of the Global Harmonic Convergence in 1987, which paved the way for our liberation today. He left an incredible legacy on this planet, the Dream Spell Calendar and the Rinri Project, the Circumpolar Rainbow Bridge, which is a galactic codex, navigating our ascension journey through the light encodements contained therein, an incredible master who is subjected to disdain and ridicule, as most change agents are, and for the most part did not receive the honorable recognition he deserved as the true Time Lord and genius that he is. Please take a moment to touch your heart and give gratitude and love to this remarkable divine soul. We are truly blessed that he walked this earth to guide us in this revolutionary time. Day 11 in the Blue Storm wave spell of purification, cleansing, transformation, and evolution. This is the day we celebrate our planetary liberation from the past. All the energies collectively were built up and released in a wondrous explosion of light, self-generated by the star blossoms, anchoring, grounding, and radiating this light in the human global grid. Today we can release the necessity to generate any more energy for transformation. We can simply let go and choose to go with the flow. Tone of creation. Spectral is the 11th tone of creation. It operates in the emotional realm, and its actions are that of dissolving, releasing, and liberating. This is a very powerful opportunity to release the past and move forward fearlessly free from obstructions. The spectral action together with the 5 and 8 codes will dissolve all impediments till you finally claiming your true power and abundance. Wiping the slate clean, you can now build a new foundation of solid abundance. Tone 11 symbolizes a gateway in polarity, inviting you to step through into a new world filled with joy and unlimited prosperity. What are you waiting for? Hop to it. We are now free to be the magnificent galactic change agents that we came here to be, free to assist others in their awakening process, catalyzing greater planetary transformation. And so mote it be. ×3. Today's question is, what do I need to dissolve in order to feel totally liberated and flow with the unconditional love of the goddess? Divine blessings for your final liberation and finding your goddess flow. In la ketch a la Keen, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 89, Red Spectral Moon. The mantra, the code for today is, I dissolve in order to purify. Releasing flow, I seal the process of universal water. With the spectral tone of liberation, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe below and click the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now I'd like to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. So if you'd like to place a vote for us to continue bringing these transmissions to the world and help assist us in our mission and great works, You can make a monthly pledge or donation to our links at eaglelovecondor.com. 441 coming in. I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You can purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, angels, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to complete today's transmissions with powerful codes from our Pleiadian Brothors and Sisters of the Light. Pleiades 1 messages, November 27, 2021. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. Relics began to be delivered. Ascensional impulses are activated. Terran Shambhalian preparations begins. Appropriate dismemberments in crystalline course. Plan renewals are extended. Astral securities increase. Major purges continue. Attention Terrans, calls for Nevic frequencing. Ashtar, Kunkt Super 11, active in physical 1, reverb, 46% non-regressive. Lemurian pearls and reconnections to bearers, support 62% non-regressive. Lemurian pearls and reconnection to bearers, 63% reverb, non-regressive. Astral calibrations in progress. Temporarily end of transmission. Pleiades 1, supporting anchoring on island of purification, +++. From disclosurenews.it. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most blessed and beautiful ascension process. Keep walking your sacred path with heart, with peace in every step. Keep shining your light brightly into the night. And be sure to make this the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.